Hi, good evening. Polly Berendes here, recording my final reflection for our last assignment in our seminar in training in HRD. So, one description that stood out to me in the course syllabus states, and I took some notes here, this seminar has been designed to enhance each student's ability to think critically about their future career as a training HRD professional and to help them identify their current strengths and areas requiring additional development. So, as I read that again today and kind of pondered on it for a while, I thought about what made me decide to go into this field, or I should say, not even a field yet, really just the field of study. And I was really hesitant about starting any type of graduate studies program. I wasn't sure what area I wanted to go into and pursue, and I wasn't really convinced that I wanted to go back to school. Well, I feel like this seminar helped me to explore a little bit more this area of training in HRD in depth, and it really kind of confirmed for me that I am on the right path. That this is indeed what I'm trying to, the goals that I'm trying to achieve in my career align with what the program is offering. I feel that this seminar especially helped me think critically about my future as a professional. So that I think fits right in line with that course description. The activity that we completed, I think it was in Unit 2, it was discussion about own it and then my next move, and using those tools to help me kind of determine what are my strengths, what are the things that I need to keep working on and growing and developing. Those are the types of things that I have been seeking out, actively trying to figure out in my life and in my career, and I haven't really had the tools to be able to do that or the time. So kind of being forced to take that time and introduced to those tools and resources has been huge for me. It's really helped me identify those things to kind of move to that next phase of my career. I think that I'll reference those quite a bit as I kind of keep continuing to figure out what it is, what role I want, because I have a feeling like I think I know what I want to do. I'm just not quite sure what role I'll fit into. I also think that objective, or that kind of design of the course, met that kind of evaluating your career options objective. I really wasn't aware of a lot of the options that were presented to me through that activity and through the discussion with all the other class members. So I, again, just felt like it was a beneficial experience to explore that. Other objectives that I feel that we met in this course that I also thought were helpful were preparing that individual development plan. Again, I needed that push to dive deep into how I can accomplish the goals that I want to accomplish, especially within my current role and on the training team that I'm part of. So without having that activity to kind of push me in that direction, I wouldn't have been able to know what next steps to take. The other objective, evaluate and identify current research trends and topics. So I think I took two and combined them actually in the field. So I evaluate and identify current research trends and topics in the field. I feel strong about this field. I have a strong interest and I feel like I'm invested, but I just, again, don't have time, or I haven't really taken time to evaluate or do research on, my own, continuing my own education about this field and what's happening. So again, the seminar gave me those tools and resources to be able to perform those types of quality research and, evaluating and exploring what's out there in training in HRD. One of my absolute favorite things I've ever done, I think, was interviewing my good friend and neighbor and training HRD kind of expert, Krista. We had an awesome talk. I think we could have talked for 2 hours. We have had follow-up conversations about that talk, and that just kind of opened my eyes. She's lived next door to me for 10 years, and we've just never discussed careers before, and she's an awesome resource that I have in my back pocket. So that alone, that assignment, while it's tough to make room to do those things and time to do those things, was super helpful. And the last objective I think that we met was explaining how to complete that required field problem. And I think we did actually a couple of them. And I would say that, as a former teacher, I find that presenting those scenarios and then being asked to tackle those types of scenarios is extremely beneficial learning. I learned from trying to pick that apart myself, but I learned even more from reading others' posts in the discussion, working off of other people's perspectives and trying to see that scenario through their lens. So I found I got a lot out of reading other people's posts, discussions, asking me questions, responding to questions. I would suggest honestly adding more of those. I feel like those real life experiences are what adult learners kind of grasp, like, oh yeah, okay, this fits with what I'm doing now or with what I did 10 years ago, and I can help break this down, and then we can learn from each other. So overall, I'd say that my experience with the seminar and training in HR development has been overwhelmingly positive. Starting school again after almost 2 decades of being out was tough, and making that decision was tough, especially because I just didn't feel pulled to a specific area. And again, this seminar just really helped confirm that indeed this is the path that I want to go on, and that this program is aligned with what I want to do in my career. So I had a really positive experience. I felt like it was a really good intro to the program, and I wouldn't hesitate to take it again if I had to. Thanks.